The soldier was startled to hear voices coming from the ventilation duct beside him. He immediately alerted his teammates nearby, signaling that someone was inside, while he quietly retreated. Sure enough, moments later, several heavily armed men emerged from the passageway. The sniper on the mountaintop immediately grew alert, but the terrorists seemed to have noticed the man. Just as he turned his head away, he caught sight of an unfamiliar face. The next instant, a grenade appeared before his eyes. The rookie reacted swiftly, but the violent explosion reduced the building he was crouched in to rubble. Meanwhile, the main terrorist force arrived at the sound of the blast, and both sides immediately engaged in intense firefights. The sniper swiftly moved to secure a vantage point, but overwhelmed by numbers, one teammate was struck in the abdomen by a bullet. He struggled to stay upright, taking cover behind a barrier. By the time Walker reached him, his comrade had already lost too much blood. Walker pressed both hands against the bleeding wound, but life quickly drained from his teammate. For Walker, experiencing combat for the first time, this was an undeniably heavy blow. Meanwhile, the terrorists' heavy firepower had arrived. As the remaining two teammates fought desperately to return fire, a rocket-propelled grenade flew directly toward them. The squad leader knew they had to take out the heavy firepower. Otherwise, even with diamond-hard armor, they'd be blown to bits. He immediately ordered Walker, the drone operator, to call for backup. Walker had no choice but to abandon his fallen comrades and dash toward the mountaintop. The terrorists spotted him, unleashing rocket after rocket in his direction. Seeing this, his two teammates intensified their fire, buying Walker precious time to call in air support. Outnumbered against multiple terrorists, the battle was tough. Fortunately, Walker delivered, swiftly uploading the enemy heavy weapons coordinates to the drone control center. Upon receiving the intel, Brooke immediately launched a thermobaric missile directly at the terrorists' base. However, the missile required 20 seconds to reach its target, and the terrorists weren't idle. Another rocket barrage followed. The very second the squad was wiped out, the missile struck its target, reducing the terrorists' heavy weapons to ash. But Walker had exposed his position. The terrorists' machine gunners opened fire on him with 12.7mm rounds. A single hit was more than enough to tear Walker apart. Fortunately, Walker narrowly escaped unscathed. Now the four-man rescue team was down to just Walker, who immediately contacted Brooke.
Are you there?
We're here to play what?
Give me the status of your team.
KIA.
Brooke was still reeling from the news, but their sole mission now was to get Walker to the extraction point, 5 kilometers away. Walker led the way while Brooke and his partner monitored his surroundings via the drone's thermal imaging system. Unfortunately, when Walker was just 1.3 kilometers from the evacuation point, Brooke and his partner suddenly spotted terrorists flanking Walker on both sides, rapidly closing in.